the risk of bleeding when it's given alongside blood thinning medication. So things like warfarin, some sort of anti-inflammatory antioxidant, whether it be vitamin E or whether you're using something.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the Kidney Coach YouTube channel. I am naturopath Fiona Chin, co-founder of Kyogenesis and the Kidney Coach, and co-author of the Kidney Disease Solution. And I'm joined today by the beautiful Emily Carhill. Emily is a registered nurse. She works in a large cardiovascular / neurological ward here in Melbourne, Australia. So thanks again for joining me today, Emily.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. And I think today we're talking about the amazing vitamin that is vitamin E, right? I'm just going to hand it across.
Hand it over. So vitamin E, I feel like doesn't get the attention that it deserves. Yeah, but it's a fat-soluble vitamin. It's something that our body can't make itself, so it's something that we need to get from either food or supplemental sources. Generally, you'll find it in food, in vegetable oils, nuts and seeds, barley, wheat germ, and then obviously we can take it as a supplement as well. The thing about vitamin E that probably isn't, I guess, widely understood is that it's not just one molecule. So vitamin E is actually made up of 8 different what are called isomers. So we've got 4 tocopherols and we've got 4 tocotrienols. But what you'll find if you are supplementing generally with vitamin E is that you're supplementing with alpha tocopherol. And the reason for that really is because that was the first form of vitamin E that they discovered. So that was discovered back in the 1920s. It is the form of vitamin E that is the most abundant in our body tissues. And so then they obviously started doing a whole lot of research using alpha tocopherol. But then I think it was around the 1960s that they actually found that vitamin E also contains tocotrienols. And they then started to be researched. So there's not as much research on the tocotrienols as the tocopherols, which is why most supplements will just contain alpha tocopherol. But what we're seeing into the research with vitamin E is that you are better off, if you can, taking a supplement that has both the tocopherols and tocotrienols, or at least taking a supplement that contains all of the tocopherols. So the 4 isomers of the vitamin E tocopherols.
Really? So that being the case, would you almost put everybody on vitamin E as a protective when people are maybe sort of stage 3 or something like that? Or
yeah, I mean, I think looking at definitely some sort of anti-inflammatory antioxidant, whether it be vitamin E or whether you're using something else, definitely. And particularly if it is someone who either has known cardiovascular disease, has risk factors for cardiovascular disease, then vitamin E would probably be a really good option there, because we're helping to obviously prevent and further development of that, as well as looking after the kidneys at the same time.
And does it have any drug interactions? Is there any time you shouldn't take vitamin E?
Yes. So vitamin E, because it has an effect on platelet aggregation and platelet adhesion, can potentially increase the risk of bleeding when it's given alongside blood thinning medication. So things like warfarin, the Pixban, Xarelto, anything like that. So I would avoid using them in those circumstances unless you're using them under medical supervision. And the other thing is as well, because of that potential slight reduction in blood clotting action, that people who have a history of having had a hemorrhagic stroke, so not a stroke from a blood clot, but a stroke from a bleed, they also shouldn't take vitamin E, obviously unless it's under medical supervision. It's been recommended.
All right, Emily, thank you. So if you've liked this information, make sure you give us a like and a thumbs up. If you want to hear more about any new videos that we put out, if you hit subscribe, you'll get notified anytime we put out new content. If you want to know more about what we do, you can head over to www.kidneycoach.com. So hopefully you found this useful, and we look forward to seeing you next time. And thank you for being part of our community. Thanks. Bye. Thanks, Emily, for all your information too. Bye.
Bye.